It's been 3 years since Drake revived Top Boy, a show that had been cancelled on Channel 4 in 2014. But now, after 3 years of COVID setbacks, a fourth season has finally arrived to Netflix. And lots of you know that I love this show so much that I've done 2 videos on it. And surprisingly, they get a lot of views. I think right now they have a total of... You know what? Never mind. Let's go on to the review. So because I was a huge fan of the show, I was really expecting something very special from this season. It was supposed to come out last year, but due to COVID, it never happened. There was a lot of difficulties with filming, there were a lot of setbacks. Obviously, it was making me think that they weren't really going to reach their full potential for this season. But it's finally out, and it's probably going to be #1 on Netflix trending. However, despite that, the question remains, was it worth the wait, or did it take a giant step backwards? Okay, maybe not a giant step, but did it take a step backwards? Thankfully, no. I honestly think that this season was pretty good. There were some things I liked, there were some things I didn't like, but we're going to discuss them in today's video. Also, I'm going to make this review as spoiler-free as possible. Once again, despite being a lot of plot points throughout this season, they're still able to balance them with the main story and message, which the last season did perfectly, and Summerhouse did that perfectly as well. I also, once again, really like the characters. They're likable, their morals make sense, they have interesting arcs, and you get my point, the writing is good. What makes Top Boy so great is that they managed to add some authenticity to the streets of London. They don't glamorize it, they don't sugarcoat it, they use, authenticity really well. When I first saw the trailers, they were showing a bit too much of Spain, but thankfully, they still mostly stay in London, and while the moments in Spain did feel like the show was stepping it up a notch, it didn't really take away the authenticity, and that's a great thing that they did with this season. Something that Top Boy is very well known for is for addressing real life themes. And when I talk about real life themes, I mean like gentrification, poverty, crime, and yeah, it still addresses that. But this time it adds police brutality. There are a few moments with that, and I honestly felt that they were very well handled and definitely reflect what today's world has become. And once again, the acting was really good. Ashley Walters and Michael Ward are excellent in their roles. Their chemistry is great and their characters are very well written. I mainly think that the reason why all the acting in this show is so good is because of the great writing. This is one of the rare times where a movie or a TV show is saved by its writing. That's something I rarely say for movies and TV shows, and Top Boy is one of the very first shows to get that response from me. Even the music, once again, is really good. Fit well into the scenes, they're cold, and they go harder than they should. Okay, those are all my positives. Let's quickly move to my negatives. They're not many, but let's just get on to them. This season answers a lot of questions that were left behind in the last season. Like Dress, in the last season, everyone was talking about it. Did he die? Did he survive? And we all know he died, but they don't really go in depth with that. In fact, I don't even think his death really had that much of an impact to the characters, except for Sully. Oh yeah, and those 2 crackheads who were revealed to be police officers. Yeah, they're in the season, but it doesn't come off as really surprising. They don't really do much. They don't really leave much of an impact except for trying to arrest the Shane's friend. They weren't really anything special. So other than what happened to Stefan's friend Act, nothing really, the other 2 reveals, there's nothing really special about them, which is kind of disappointing because these were rumors and theories that a lot of people were talking about, like saying Dress isn't dead, those crack dealers, what's going to happen to them? But there were really many answers, and that was kind of disappointing. But moving back to the more positive sides of this season, there was an emotional core towards the end, and I honestly did see it coming, but it was handled really well. So overall, this was a great season of Top Boy. The acting was good, the action sequences were pretty well handled, there was still some emotional core there, sense of realism was there. It's not as good as the last season, but it's still worth the binge watch, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to feel a bit more excited, but I think mainly due to the fact that it took too much time, I didn't feel as excited as I wanted to be. But it was definitely worth the wait, it wasn't terrible, and it was definitely better than Raising Dion Season 2, which I don't really plan on rewatching anytime soon. I could see myself rewatching this season a few times. I'm even going to watch it tomorrow to enjoy a binge watch over the weekend. If you like something gritty from the UK, you're probably going to like Top Boy. If not, then go and watch something else. But trust me, you're truly going to miss out on the experience. So those are my thoughts on the new season of Top Boy. Let me know what you thought about it down below. It's on Netflix now. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch all of you next time with another video.